Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where feelings dictate actions. I don't feel like waking up early. I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like pushing myself today. But let me tell you something, your feelings don't care about your success, your growth, or your goals. And if you keep listening to them, you'll stay exactly where you are. Winners, the greats, the unstoppable, they don't operate on feelings. They operate on discipline. They operate on commitment. They operate on an unshakable mindset that says, I don't care how I feel, I care about what needs to be done. Do you think champions wake up every day wanting to train? Do you think warriors feel like fighting? Do you think the most successful people in this world rely on motivation? No, they rely on action. They rely on consistency. They rely on doing the hard work regardless of how they feel. Pain, discomfort, fatigue. These are not excuses. They are opportunities. Opportunities to build resilience, to separate yourself from the weak, to prove to yourself that you are greater than any feelings are unreliable. They change with the weather, with a bad night's sleep, with the opinions of others. If you allow your emotions to dictate your actions, you'll never achieve anything great. One day you feel motivated and ready to conquer the world. The next day you feel tired, unmotivated, and full of excuses. This cycle repeats over and over, keeping you stuck in the same place. The problem isn't your ability. It's that you rely too much on how you feel instead of focusing on what needs to be done. Successful people don't wait for motivation. They don't allow their feelings to control their actions. They operate with discipline. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you don't want to move. Discipline is what makes you go to the gym when every part of you wants to stay home. Discipline is what forces you to work on your goals when distractions, laziness, and excuses try to pull you away. Think about the most successful athletes, business leaders, or elite military personnel. They don't become great because they feel like training, working, or improving every single day. They become great because they show up no matter what. They do what needs to be done whether they feel like it or not. That's the difference between average and exceptional. Average people listen to their feelings. Exceptional people listen to their commitment. Most people live their lives in a cycle of inconsistency. They work hard when they feel like it and take it easy when they don't. This creates an up and down pattern of effort leading to frustration and lack of progress. The truth is, success doesn't care how you feel. You either put in the work or you don't. You either build discipline or you don't. Those who achieve great things are the ones who push through when everything inside them screams to stop. They silence the voice in their head that says, take a break, do it later, you deserve to rest. They override those thoughts with action. The real battle isn't physical, it's mental. Your mind will always try to steer you toward comfort, toward what's easy. It will whisper excuses. You're too tired. You'll start tomorrow. One day off won't hurt. But the more you give in, the weaker you become. On the other hand, the more you push through, the stronger you get. You train yourself to act regardless of how you feel. And over time, this becomes your new normal. You no longer need motivation because discipline has taken its place. There's nothing special about people who consistently push themselves. They aren't superhuman. They simply made a decision to commit to their goals no matter what. They understand that feelings are temporary, but discipline is permanent. When you choose discipline, you gain control over your life. You stop being a slave to emotions and start becoming the master of your actions. The moment you stop relying on feelings is the moment you take control of your future. If you only act when you feel good, you will never reach your full potential. If you want to be successful, you need to make a shift. You need to wake up every day and say, I don't care how I feel. I care about what needs to be done. That's the mindset that leads to greatness. That's the mindset that separates the best from the rest. Your feelings are weak. Your discipline is strong. Choose discipline. Choose action. Choose success. Taking action is the most powerful tool you have. Too many people wait until they feel motivated or inspired before they start working toward their goals. They tell themselves they'll begin when the timing is right, when they're in the mood, or when everything aligns perfectly. But that moment never comes. The reality is, action doesn't come from motivation. Motivation comes from action. If you sit around waiting to feel like doing something, you'll waste valuable time and never build the momentum needed to succeed. Think about it. How many times have you put off something important because you didn't feel like doing it? You thought, I'll start tomorrow, or I'm too tired right now. And what happened? Tomorrow came and you still didn't feel like doing it. The cycle repeated and nothing changed. But on the rare occasions when you ignored your feelings and started anyway, something shifted. You realized that once you got moving, your mindset changed. The work wasn't as bad as you imagined. You got into the flow, and before you knew it, you had accomplished something. That's the power of action. Most people believe they need to feel motivated before they can take action. They think successful people wake up every morning fired up and ready to go. That's not reality. The truth is, even the best in the world struggle with laziness, doubt, and hesitation. The difference is they don't wait for motivation. They start working even when they don't feel like it. And once they begin, momentum takes over. Momentum is everything. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you shift from inaction to action. The hardest part is always the beginning. It's convincing yourself to get up, to start, to push through that initial resistance. But once you do, your brain adjusts. It recognizes that you're in motion, and that motion makes the next step easier. This is why showing up, even when you don't want to, is so crucial. Think about working out. The hardest part isn't the workout itself, it's getting to the gym. Once you're there, you push through, and by the end, you feel accomplished. The same applies to every area of life. Writing a book, starting a business, learning a new skill, everything feels overwhelming before you begin. But the moment you take that first step, the pressure eases. You're no longer stuck in your head, overthinking, making excuses. You're moving, and that movement creates energy. Action breeds confidence. The more you take action, the more you prove to yourself that you're capable. Every time you push past resistance, you strengthen your mindset. You train yourself to stop waiting and start doing. The mistake most people make is believing they need confidence first. But confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build through repeated action. Waiting to feel ready is a trap. It's an excuse that keeps people stuck in the same place year after year. If you want to achieve anything in life, you need to understand this. Action comes first. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like it. It doesn't matter if you're tired, unmotivated, or unsure. You take the first step and then the next. You trust that by moving forward, everything else will follow. If you can develop the habit of taking action regardless of your feelings, you become unstoppable. You no longer need motivation to get things done. You've built the discipline to push through no matter what. That is the key to success. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Take action now and let momentum do the rest. Your mind is your greatest asset, but it is also your greatest enemy. It will lie to you every single day. It will tell you that you're too tired, that you need to rest, that you can start tomorrow. It will convince you that you don't have enough talent, that you aren't good enough, that success is for other people. It will do everything it can to keep you comfortable because that's its job. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. It wants to avoid pain, discomfort, and effort. But success doesn't come from comfort. Success comes from pushing through even when every part of your mind is telling you to stop. Most people don't understand this. They think their thoughts are reality. They assume that if their mind tells them something, it must be true. But the truth is, your mind is full of excuses. It will always choose the easy way out unless you take control. It will always try to convince you to quit when things get tough. This is why so many people never reach their full potential. They listen to their mind when it tells them they aren't ready, that they should take a break, that they should wait until they feel more motivated, and before they know it, years have passed and they're still in the same place. You need to learn to question your thoughts. When your mind tells you that you're too tired to work out, is that really true? Or is it just resistance? When your brain says you aren't good enough to go after your goals, where is the proof? The reality is, most of these thoughts are just noise. They aren't based on facts. They are based on fear. Fear of failure, fear of discomfort, fear of pushing beyond your limits. And the only way to overcome them is through action. Think about the times when you didn't listen to your excuses. Maybe you forced yourself to work out even though you didn't feel like it. And once you started, you felt great. Maybe you pushed through a tough project, and at the end, you felt proud of what you accomplished. Those moments proved that your mind was lying to you. The resistance was fake. It was nothing more than a barrier trying to keep you from growing. The most successful people in the world understand this. They don't let their minds control them. They don't listen to the excuses. They push through no matter how they feel. They understand that thoughts are just thoughts. They don't have to dictate actions. That's the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who stay stuck. If you want to reach your full potential, you need to develop the ability to override your mind's lies. When your brain tells you to quit, push harder. When it tells you to take the easy way out, do the opposite. When it tries to convince you that you can't, prove it wrong. This is how you build mental toughness. This is how you develop the mindset that leads to success. It won't be easy. Your mind will fight back. It will scream at you to stop. It will throw every excuse in the book at you. But if you recognize these thoughts for what they are, just noise, you can push through. You can take control. And once you do that, you become unstoppable. The choice is yours. You can listen to your mind's lies and stay the same, or you can push through and become the person you were meant to be. Stop believing the excuses. Stop letting your mind hold you back. Take action, do the work, and prove to yourself that you are stronger than the lies your brain tells you. Success is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is about sacrifice. The people who achieve the highest levels of success in life understand that nothing great comes without giving something up. You cannot have comfort and greatness at the same time. If you want to be the best at anything, you have to be willing to sacrifice your time, your energy, and sometimes even your relationships. The people who rise to the top are the ones who understand that discipline requires trade-offs. They give up temporary pleasure for long-term results. They choose the hard road, knowing that it will eventually lead to something greater. Most people are not willing to make these sacrifices. They say they want to be successful, but when it comes time to put in the work, they make excuses. They don't want to wake up early. They don't want to miss out on parties. They don't want to train when they're tired. They want all the rewards, but none of the suffering. And that is why they stay average. They choose comfort over growth. And as a result, they never reach their true potential. The reality is every great achievement comes at a cost. The best athletes spend hours every single day training their bodies, even when they're in pain. The most successful entrepreneurs sacrifice weekends and nights to build their businesses while everyone else is relaxing. The greatest artists and musicians dedicate their lives to mastering their craft while others waste time on distractions. The difference between winners and losers is simple. Winners are willing to suffer now so they can succeed later. People often talk about balance, but balance doesn't exist when you are chasing something great. If you want to be extraordinary, you will have to be unbalanced for a while. You will have to say no to things that don't serve your goals. You will have to turn down social events, miss out on entertainment, and push yourself past your limits. Sacrifice is not easy, but it is necessary. The ones who refuse to make these sacrifices are the ones who spend their lives wondering what could have been. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when you feel like quitting because the sacrifices seem too big. Your mind will try to convince you that you are missing out on life, that you should take it easy, that success is not worth the suffering. But this is just weakness talking. The people who push through this moment of doubt are the ones who come out on top. They understand that short-term pain leads to long-term gain. Every rep, every extra hour, every sacrifice adds up. You need to decide what you want more, comfort or success. You cannot have both. The world does not reward people who do what is easy. It rewards those who push through pain, who sacrifice their comfort, and who refuse to settle. If you want to be one of those people, you need to embrace the hard road. Stop making excuses. Stop chasing distractions. Stop waiting for motivation. Make the sacrifices now so you can reap the rewards later. You have to ask yourself a simple question. How bad do you want it? If you truly want to be great, you will do whatever it takes. You will put in the extra hours. You will push past the fatigue. You will give up what is unnecessary and focus only on what matters. That is the mindset that separates the best from the rest. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes like the wind, never staying long enough to rely on. One day, you wake up feeling inspired, ready to tackle every challenge in your path. The next day, that feeling is gone, replaced by fatigue, doubt, and excuses. If you depend on motivation to get things done, you will never be consistent. You will only show up when you feel like it, and that is the fastest way to stay active. The truth is, motivation is overrated. The real key to success is work ethic, the ability to show up and do the work no matter how you feel. The most successful people in the world are not driven by motivation. They are driven by discipline and an unbreakable commitment to their goals. They don't ask themselves if they feel like working. They simply do what needs to be done. They have trained themselves to operate on routine, habit, and an ironclad mindset that refuses to make excuses. They understand that success is not built on bursts of inspiration, but on relentless consistency. Think about an elite athlete. Do you think they feel like training every single day? Do you think they wake up excited to put their body through pain, exhaustion, and relentless drills? Of course not. But they do it anyway because they understand that success is a result of daily effort. The same applies to anyone who achieves greatness in any field: business, art, fitness, or personal development. It is never about motivation. It is about showing up, putting in the work, and doing it again the next day. The reason so many people fail is that they wait to feel motivated before they act. They say, "I'll start when I feel ready," or "I'll go to the gym when I'm in the mood." The problem is that feeling rarely comes, and even when it does, it doesn't last. People who rely on motivation will always be inconsistent. They will have good days and bad days, but they will never achieve lasting success because they are controlled by their emotions. Work ethic is different. Work ethic means you do the work no matter what. You show up whether you feel like it or not. You push through discomfort, fatigue, and boredom because you understand that results come from effort, not emotions. You don't make excuses. You don't wait for the perfect conditions. You simply put in the work day after day, knowing that every small effort adds up over time. This is why discipline is so powerful. Discipline removes the need for motivation entirely. When you build strong habits and routines, you no longer have to think about whether you should take action. You just do it. You don't question whether you should train, study, or work toward your goals because it becomes second nature. And once you reach that level, success is inevitable. People who succeed are not special. They are not more talented, more gifted, or more fortunate. They have simply mastered the ability to show up and put in the work no matter what. They understand that motivation is a trap, a false sense of energy that cannot be trusted. Instead, they rely on their discipline, their habits, and their commitment to push them forward. If you want to achieve anything in life, stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop making excuses. Build the habit of showing up and doing the work even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because that is what separates winners from losers. Success belongs to those who grind when no one is watching, who push forward when every part of them wants to quit, and who refuse to let their emotions dictate their actions. Work ethic will take you where motivation never can. Pain is an unavoidable part of growth. Every time you push yourself beyond your limits, you will experience discomfort. Every time you choose to do something difficult, you will feel resistance. Your mind and body will fight back, telling you to stop, to take it easy, to quit. This is the moment where most people give up. They believe pain is a sign that they should stop, that they are doing something wrong. But in reality, pain is proof that you are growing. It is the price you must pay to become stronger, faster, smarter, and more disciplined. Growth only happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. If you never challenge yourself, you will never improve. If you always choose the easy path, you will stay exactly where you are. The most successful people in the world are the ones who embrace pain. They understand that discomfort is not something to be feared, it is something to be welcomed. When their muscles burn, they push for one more rep. When their minds are exhausted, they focus even harder. When everything in them wants to quit, they dig deep and keep going. That is how champions are made. Pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. When you endure struggle, your body and mind adapt. Your muscles rebuild stronger after they are broken down in the gym. Your endurance increases when you push through fatigue. Your mind sharpens when you force yourself to focus beyond your limits. Every challenge, every hardship, every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to become better. But you must be willing to go through the pain to reach the other side. Most people avoid pain at all costs. They look for shortcuts, easy solutions, and quick results. They don't want to struggle, so they never grow. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is their relationship with pain. The weak run from it, the strong embrace it. They understand that suffering is part of the process. They don't complain about it. They don't make excuses. They accept that if they want to be great, they must endure hardships that others are not willing to face. That is why they rise above the rest. They are willing to push through what most people avoid. Think about the people who inspire you. The greatest athletes, leaders, and warriors did not achieve success by staying comfortable. They went through hell. They suffered. They failed. They fell down and got back up over and over again. They endured injuries, setbacks, criticism, and self-doubt. But instead of quitting, they used pain as fuel. They turned their struggles into strength. That is why they became great. They understood that pain was not the enemy. It was the path. If you want to grow, you must stop running from pain. You must stop looking for the easy way out. Instead, you must seek discomfort. Push yourself harder. Train when you don't feel like it. Study when you're exhausted. Work when everyone else is resting. Each time you push through, you become stronger. Each time you endure, you move closer to your goals. This is how champions are built. Through suffering, through struggle, through relentless persistence. You have a choice. You can avoid pain and stay the same, or you can embrace it and transform yourself. Growth is not given. It is earned. And the price is pain. Stop fearing it. Stop running from it. Lean into it. Because on the other side of pain is the person you were meant to become.